y'all, welcome back to Homemade Simple. If we've not met before, I'm Lori. I love to share videos each week to help you on your homemaking and frugal living journeys. Last year, I shared a video with y'all about a yard makeover that my family and I did, and it really made a difference in the way our house looks as you drive up our driveway. It also made our yard a lot more user-friendly and allowed us to have opportunities to play in the yard that we really wouldn't have had otherwise, because our yard was full of rocks, full of holes, and it really was not conducive to any kind of outdoor activities. Along with our yard makeover, I also made a flower bed. I planted some of these blueberry bushes. I also planted a few other things in the flower beds, but those have all met their end. So it's time for me to start over again with some new plants. So I thought maybe that y'all would like to come along as I redo our flower beds in our front yard and explain a little about the things that I have chosen to put in our flower beds and some of the reasons behind those choices. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Come on, let's get our hands dirty and get busy making this front yard look much better. Here's a before look at our flower bed and front porch. As you can see, I still have the winter pillows still out, as well as tons of toys and other miscellaneous items that needs to be removed. So this might be a couple of day project, but we'll get it done, and hopefully we will really be able to improve the curb appeal of our house. Our house is just sort of a plain white farmhouse, but whenever the flowers are out and the plants are well established, it just seems like it makes everything look a lot better. So here's our before look. Let's see how much work we can get done this afternoon, and then we'll finish it up maybe tomorrow, and hopefully we will have a beautiful new front yard. I think that there comes a time in everybody's life when we just decide that what other people think is not as important as what is really most beneficial for us and our families. And I've really gotten to that point when it comes to the things that I do with my yard and my property. I want to use my property for my family's best and for the best of my neighbors and friends. So whenever we make decisions about what we're going to do with our property, I try to have those kinds of things forefront in my mind. So when I went to the store to decide the things that I was going to put into the flower bed this year, I really began looking at things that would produce food and herbs, and also pretty flowers for the blooms before the fruit produced on the plant. So what I came up with was some strawberry plants, some rosemary, as well as some green bean plants and some eggplants. And these eggplants are actually very beautiful. They're going to create white eggplants, which I've never really seen before. The blooms on these plants were absolutely beautiful. They were a beautiful purple color and will produce a beautiful white eggplant that's really sort of small in size, and it looks like something that I really am going to enjoy trying. We eat green beans all of the time here, and I didn't have a whole lot of room in my new raised bed to put a ton of green beans. So these are going to be bush beans, and I looked up on Google the pictures of mature green bean plants to see what they looked like as they grew. And when they mature, they're going to be a mound of green leaves with these beautiful white blossoms creating the green beans after the blossom falls off. So it's going to be a very pretty flowering plant, as well as something that's going to be really beneficial. It's a nice overcast day today here at our house, and so I've gotten all the weeds out of the flower bed. It's time to go ahead and try to put our new plants in. I really need to invest in some gardening tools. The best I could find was a huge shovel, so I I need something better, but that's what I've got to work with. I'm gonna get busy trying to plant these plants that I bought yesterday, and maybe Lane will be able to entertain himself. He's normally pretty good at staying out of trouble, but he is especially hard to keep up with, so I don't know if you'll see that in the video, but keep an eye out for him. He's pretty fun to watch. I don't know how much you can see since there's a shadow right in the middle, but we're halfway done. I mean, I am not good at putting in this edging stuff, so hopefully I can hide that, the poor job I did on that. But I've gotten everything planted, I've gotten the grass out, and I've gotten the bark sort of moved around, but it's obvious that there's not enough. So I have to make a decision. Am I going to go and get some more bark, or am I going to go in our woods and find some pine straw and bring it up? And I'm really too tired to do that. I got Chris involved in some of the decision making. So the plan has changed just a little bit, but it's not a lot more work, but I think the final product is going to look a lot better. I have been looking for some pillow covers to cover the winter pillows that I had bought at Walmart, and I've not been able to find them yet, so the final product may not have the pillows like I wished they had, but I will live and I will find some. I'm just really not willing to pay $30 or $40 for pillows or pillow covers for the front porch that's going to get messed up anyway. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but that's not really a big deal. It's not a necessity. It's just sort of an extra. So I'm going to get busy planting these plants and then putting down the pine bark and doing a few other things. I'm really excited about seeing all of it done and completed. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far, and maybe I am encouraging and motivating you to think about something that can be done simply and easily and pretty inexpensively at your house to just sort of make it a little bit more enjoyable to sit on your porch. So let's get started. Earlier in the week, I had asked Chris to go and pick up a few extra plants that I had neglected to purchase when I was at the store. There are a couple of pots and a couple of areas that I needed some extra plants for. And so while he was there, he picked up the bark for me. I think that it's really going to look a lot better anyway with the pine bark. And so I was really thankful that he made that executive decision. Also, while he was there, he picked up some river rock, and we're going to use that river rock in front of our front steps. This area in front of our steps has been a trouble area ever since we put in the grass last year. It never gets enough sun. It's always shaded from the roof of the porch, and so it never gets enough sun to grow the grass effectively. And so throughout the winter, it just became a dirt spot instead of having anything growing. So as we were talking about the different options, we decided that we would cover this area with some river rock and make it look a lot more pleasing, and also it won't track in as much dirt and mud into the house with that area of dirt being covered up. So I've planted all of the plants. I'm going to throw out all of the bark and get this river rock put down. I'm really excited to see how everything comes together. Well, I'm all done with all of the planting and all of the landscaping, and I am really happy with the way it's turning out. The river rock in front of the steps looks really good. It's also made it really nice to not have that pile of dirt right there at our entryway. And all of the plants are thriving. They're all growing. I wanted to show you what I was talking about with these beautiful eggplants. A bug has gotten to some of the leaves, but you can see those beautiful purple flowers and then the cute little white eggplant that is growing. I only have been able to harvest one, so I've not been able to taste them yet, but I'm really excited about seeing how they're going to turn out. I planted several green bean plants in my large pot here, and they are doing really good. They're about to blossom out and produce a lot of green beans for us right on the front porch, so I'm really excited about that. The rosemary and the strawberries are doing really good. The strawberries are blooming and are really healthy. The dogs keep walking straight through and making a big mess. They're digging back behind there, but if we're gonna have dogs, not much I can do about that. But all of the plants on this side are doing really well also, so I'm overall really happy with the way the project turned out, and I just feel like it made the house look so much better and more inviting and more put together with just those few days worth of work and minimal expense, I think that it has really turned out well. So let me know in the comments what your favorite part of this makeover is, and also let me know what you are doing this summer to sort of beautify your front yard and your front porch. I do want to encourage you to sort of think outside the box when it comes to the landscaping options that you choose. You don't have to plant rose bushes and the typical flowers in your flower bed. You can use that space in your yard and on your property for a really good purpose, which is to not only bring beautiful flowers and colors to the front of your yard, but also to bring some produce to your kitchen. So I just want to encourage you to be willing to think outside the box a bit, and I think that you will be really glad with all of the results that you find. Thank you for watching today's video. I know it's been a little different. I'm planning on getting back to a cooking video next week, so I know I've taken a couple of weeks off of that, and I'm sorry if you're disappointed there's no recipes today. But come back next Friday. I'm going to try to create a low budget summer menu plan for us to enjoy so that we can eat on an extremely cheap budget, but also have some summer friendly recipes that will keep the kitchen from getting super hot and heated up. Thank you again for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you, and I will see you again next time.